Hello and welcome to the Games unboxing video of the latest Magic the Gathering expansion, Kaladesh Bundle. So bundles used to be fat packs, they've changed very slightly. So fat packs is what they used to be called. They used to originally even come with novels, so if you can remember that far back. But they've decided to change them up slightly from the last set, so they are a little bit different now, and the packaging and everything represents this as well. So I'll just show you what's different, which is that what they've done is they've removed the two little deck boxes you used to get with it. You used to get two little cardboard deck boxes, and instead have put in an extra booster pack. They've also changed the way the packaging works. You get this box inside it now, and you could use this for storing cards, but I mean dice and counters in there as well. It's kind of cool. It's mostly a spacer inside there, but because they've put this Planeswalker symbol on it, it's quite sturdy cardboard. You really could use this for storing extra pieces. I don't think you'd want to put a deck in there. It's too thin to really put decent bundles of cards without them sliding across each other. But like I said, dice encounters, that'd be great for that sort of thing. We've also changed the box slightly. Notice the nice sort of sideways curve inside of it. It's a bit of a weird design choice. I'm not entirely convinced by it, but it's an interesting choice. This means the box lid sort of sits a bit funny on a table now, but so as you can turn it upside down and more easily use it to store cards in, etc. So, and again, as you can see, the inside's a bit different. As before, you used to get these two big cardboard pieces in there to hold it up, but now instead you get this inside here, which has already your dice in, and as you can see immediately what they're trying to get at with this. Store your dice in there that you might need, say for example a commander deck, which might take up so yay amount of room plus tokens and stuff, and then you've got a nice little box in here as well to store all your dice, tokens and counters. They're giving you so many storage options now, rather than just, originally half the fat pack you just sort of open up and it immediately ended up in the recycling, with all that cardboard you used to get. So you still get your quick reference guide in case you are brand new to the world of Magic and need some help, or if you're just like a starting player, just needs a bit more guidance and help with your opening games. And you also get the bundle of land still, great for new and starting players, or if you are just a little bit shy of land that you need to build those brand new decks. So you get 10 boosters in here now. So I'm going to crack these open and have a look and see what we get. I'm not going to spend too long on each card or anything like that. I'm not really analysing it. If you want to see a bit more in depth about the different cards, then feel free to check out my unboxing video. So, Sky Sovereign Console Flagship, beautiful. So we've had a mythic already. This is one of the big premier items from the set. It's also, if you may have noticed it, hopefully you've been attending pre-releases at local stores, you may have seen the great big model of this that's available as well. Pretty cool, eh? So it's a 5-mana legendary artifact vehicle. It's got 6 power and 5 toughness. However, as you notice, it's not actually a creature yet. So it's flying, and whenever Sky Sovereign Console Flagship enters the battlefield or attacks, deal 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. And it has Crew 3. So Crew is one of the new mechanics, and you need to tap creatures with power equal to 3 or more. And then what happens is this artifact gets crewed by them and becomes an actual creature, allowing it to attack and defend itself. Kind of cool, hey? I really like the crew mechanic. And Sky Sovereign's a pretty neat flagship as well, so let's take a look through and see what else we get in here. See if we get anything else nice and shiny. Sky Skiff as well, another one you might have noticed from the big ships floating above your head. Bristling Hydra. What would Magic be without a Hydra? So it's a 4-mana, 4/3 for green. And when it enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy counters, another new mechanic. Energy counters sit on the player, so they're your resource. They don't get removed between turns or phases or anything like that. The only way to remove them is to spend them. And you have cards like this which say pay 3 energy to put a 1/1 counter on the Hydra and give it hexproof until end of turn. And because it's an ability, you can do that at instant speed, so you could use it potentially to save itself. Let's look at the next pack. So let's see what we get in this one. We have Gonti, Lord of Luxury, who's a really cool cool to be used in a commander deck. But his ability is when he enters the battlefield, so unless you can find some ways to blink him in and out of the battlefield, you don't really want him dying and coming back all the time, unless you've got a deck that can utilise that. Starter engines, concealed courtyard. So one of the fast lands, there's a cycle of enemy coloured pairs, so black and white, notorious enemies. And when it enters the battlefield, it enters tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands, and it taps for black or white. And that's why they're called fast lands, because you can play them out early and gain access to both colours. But later on, unfortunately, you'll have more land out and they won't be anywhere near as useful, unfortunately. So again, just flicking through, Wildest Dreams. So an XX green sorcery. Return X target cards from your graveyard to your hand, and then X are Wildest Dreams. So you take 4 mana, 2 and 2, to return 2 cards from the graveyard to your hand. But in return, you have to exile Wildest Dreams. So sadly, you can't return Wildest Dreams itself. Bit of a shame, but it does stop you just constantly returning your graveyard to your hand. We have Blooming Marsh. So that's the black-green pair, fast land. So it's, you know, a nice bit of land so far. And again with the console Skyship as well. Not too bad, not unhappy. Captured by the Consulate. 3 and a white for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature you don't control. It can't attack, and whenever an opponent casts a spell, if it's a single target, change the target to enchanted creature if able. So it forces all their spells to be targeted onto it, be they good or bad. So, hit the camera again, sorry. Ideally, your opponent's going to have to be very careful about what they play and when, otherwise everything's just going to get wasted on a creature that can't attack. Madcap Experiment, 4 mana red sorcery. Reveal cards from the top of your mana until you reveal an artifact, put it onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, and then it deals damage to you equal to the number of cards revealed this way. So the first card revealed, it'll be 1. But the further down you have to dig, the more damage you're going to deal to yourself. But it does get it out onto the battlefield, so it's a small price to pay, I think. Flicking through, Skyship Stalker, so the dragon insects, that always has to be a dragon, it's magic. 4 mana, 2 in red for a 3/3 creature dragon, flying with 3 abilities. So you can pay red to give it +1 till end of turn, classic fire breathing. Pay 1 red to give it first strike until end of turn, or pay red to give it haste until end of turn. Which I like that, there's a bit of utility to it, it's not just dead draw every single turn. You've got a bit of versatility in what it can do and a few combat tricks, and keeping your opponent second guessing is always one of the funnest ways to play Magic. So flicking through the last pack, we have Dynavolt Tower for a rare. 3 mana, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you get 2 energy counters. Tap and pay 5 energy to deal 3 damage to target creature or player. Good way to spend all that energy you should be accumulating from playing instants and sorcery spells. So there you go, that is everything you get in the new bundle. So it's quite a change. Oh, I didn't change the player's guide. Sorry. You still get the player's guide in there, sorry. Practically skip straight through it. Have I got it upside down? I'm pretty sure that's the cover. Yeah, this has been printed, can you see the cover's actually upside down? Oh, whoopsie. Assuming there's a reason for that, maybe, or it's just a misprint. Anyway, so the player's guide. So it shows you your top 10 coolest cards by Wizards. This explains some of the story with giant whales. Who doesn't like giant flying whales? And the Renegade activity, which is leading on to the Aether Revolt. It explains how the Aether cycle works, all the different characters and factions, the Inventors Fair, the societies. Really gives you some details on the new Planeswalkers and the returning Planeswalkers. Spotlight cards, so these are cards which really emphasise the story of what's going on. And then we're on to the card Encyclopedia, which is just great to read through and have a look through if you're interested about any of the cards. And so you can just be able to flick straight through them. Now if I turn this back around. This also explains at the front page, or what should have been the front page, it explains the key mechanics, so energy, vehicles and fabricate. And then at the back, just a few more cards which would have been on the end of the pack. What these are, these cards are from the, I think, we can see the last couple of them here, and it explains, starting with Chandra. These are exclusive to the Planeswalker decks. Planeswalker decks replace the intro decks, and there's a handful of cards of them which are only printed in the Planeswalker deck, but are still legal in Standard or any format that uses Kaladesh. So, yeah, so there we go. That is everything in the Kaladesh Bundle, apart from my slightly misbuilt player's guide. Hopefully yours won't be like that. Yeah, that's everything in the bundle. I think it's a really good change. It's had a minor retail price hike as a result, but I think it's a lot more versatile. Like I said at the start, half of the box you ended up throwing away right at the beginning, but now, and you could theoretically even get a sleeve deck inside this section, and then use the rest for keeping things like spares and alternatives. Or, you know, keep the Sigil Dice Tub and the rest of it in there. I think the bundles have gone up massively in value. Just quickly show you the symbol on the dice, because you get a Kaladesh dice. Very pretty. But yeah, no, I think this is a big change for the bundles. You know, the old fat packs. I think this is a good improvement as well. So I'm very happy. And look at that, get all the cards in. All the cards in there. We get a bundle in. Oh, there we go, perfect. What a good storage solution. And then if we close the lid on this. Apart from this weird cut, there's got to be a reason for that I'm either missing or someone can point out to me. I'm not too keen on that bizarre cut, but there we go. So there you go. Everything in the bundle. If you're umming and ahhing about getting these, don't just get one. You can only get them on release anyway, so make sure you jump on these as soon as you can. They're really cool. Highly recommend getting them. But just remember, all the cards you've seen here today can be bought and sold on our website on bigorbitcards.co.uk. Go and check that out. Remember to like and subscribe. Check out my other Kaladesh unboxing videos if you're curious about the rest of the set. Other than that, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.